What is up, fellow bench warmers? Welcome to your daily Fantasy Quickie. Hey guys, what's up? It's May 1. It's a Labor Day weekend, and it's just 2 days left. I guess it boils down to 2 more days. Today, pretty exciting day today because there are a lot of big name players who returned to save their fantasy managers, or players who will give fantasy managers disappointment because, for one, Trae Young played today.
Trae Young returned today, yes.
And I know some managers dropped him because they thought that it would be a longer term injury.
And I think with Trae, I think we have to consider this is the second time he has done this. So when you draft him, when you evaluate him in the future, I think you have to take this into account. It's a grade 2 sprain, and he came back in 1 week. So and he played 28 minutes. It's not as if he was in minutes restriction either. So we should really take that as a positive already. His healing powers. So
and he played relatively well. He didn't, he didn't come out there throwing anything, just everything, and then shooting poor field goal. No, he didn't do that. He scored 32 today.
And there's another thing that I would say: durability, the durables that we say, doesn't mean they won't get injured, but there is an effect that when they get injured, they come back early or earlier than others. So that is Trae, and that is Tobias, and let's see with Donovan. Maybe Donovan can also come back soon, but usually more durable players can come back earlier from their injuries.
Yep.
So there.
Yeah. So there. Trae Young returned. Another player who returned is Lebron James, who now will give my opponent in the finals a big advantage because this is his top player, and he played okay. Not I think they still
manage his
minutes.
Yeah,
but yeah, he played well. Not bad.
He was okay. I think they're gonna take it slow with him. He's 40 after all. Or whatever. 36, 37 years old. So they have to take that into consideration. But if you own LeBron, watch out for the back-to-backs. Of course, you still have to watch that. Also, Trae. Tomorrow, I don't know. People are asking if he's gonna play tomorrow. There's no news that he's gonna rest. But of course, back-to-back after a grade 2 sprain is something also. So there's always a possibility for those rests. So let's monitor that closely, especially if you're counting your games and your moves. So you have to count that closely.
And if you need to bring him up early, because I was not able to roster him today because it was
LeBron. Are you talking about LeBron?
Trae.
Oh, Trae.
I had to choose because I had Trae and LeBron in one team, and I wasn't able to move them up or drop a player yesterday so that I can move them up today. But luckily, I had Kemba also on IL eligible, so I can just move one player up. So I chose to move up LeBron because he was the sure bet to play today, right? So
but Trae played better.
Unfortunately, Trae played better. So, but that's fine. So aside from those two players, Lamelo Ball is set to return tomorrow. And unfortunately for me, this player was picked up by my opponent in the finals, so he can play him tomorrow.
It's a back-to-back also, I guess. He has 2 more games.
It's a back-to-back.
Remember, the injury of Lamelo is a wrist injury. So if he can play tomorrow, he can play in the back-to-back. I doubt they're gonna rest his wrist in a back-to-back.
Yep.
It's more of the limbs, the ankles, the hips, those injuries that you have to monitor them closely, and not a 19-year-old with a wrist injury. So Lamelo, if he plays tomorrow, he's questionable. He's not yet sure to play. But if he gets to play tomorrow, I think he can play the back-to-back. So So that's good for Jeremy's opponent. Bad for
Well,
Jeremy.
Now, let's talk about some playoff stories. So, that's my opponent, Lamelo, and Lebron as well. Now, I'm down on turnovers. So that means there's a chance I can win turnovers now because I'm just, I have 2 more turnovers than him. So with Lamelo playing, I might be able to win turnovers. Unfortunately, the steals is my opponent got the steals already. The field goal, I'm not sure if I'm gonna win, but there's still the chance. With Lamelo, we don't know, right? We don't know if he'll shoot well or not, right?
That is why
I adjusted a few of my.
Very good, yeah.
I still have 1 move left. I might preserve it until the Monday's games. But yeah, we'll see what's close. But I don't look too good there because especially if Bogdan plays tomorrow, because he also has Bogdan, so I got lucky. He got Bogdan, he's got Fred VanVleet, who will play tomorrow.
So it's a big his team is really what do you call that? Kind of a boom or bust team because Bogdan actually was close. Bogdan warmed up.
Was close to play, yeah.
Bogdan warmed up, so he could play, but especially it's a back-to-back. They might have chosen to rest him now and play him tomorrow, so that's a possibility. Now, going back to what Jeremy was saying, doesn't mean that if your stars come back, you're definitely gonna win already, or your opponent stars come back, you're gonna lose. Jeremy's correct. Turnovers, field goal, if that is swing, those are swing categories. If I own Lamelo, I might not play Lamelo because if I'm gonna lose 2 categories and then win steals, that's not even a given, right?
Yep.
And if I'm ahead in assists anyways, I might just decide not to play him because.
So here's the tally on our finals. So I'm up in field goal by not by much, 0.01. I'm down in free throw by 0.025. It's still close. The free throw is not a given. If LeBron plays and misses a couple or 3 free throws,
yes,
I can still win that. I'm up by 65 points, 65 points. That's pretty safe, I guess. I hope.
Actually,
these are not. No, I've got Spurs as well. I have Rozier, I have Chris Paul, I have DeRozan. So
still not a given.
Not a given, but it's at least I get a little more leeway there. I'm down by 12 rebounds. Chances are I'm gonna lose that because I don't have much centers. And I have up by 17 assists. Probably I can win that, right? 17 assists.
Yeah, I think so. Assists. If you have your own assist people, anyway.
Chris Paul, DeRozan, TJ McConnell.
Yeah.
I have Karl Anthony Towns, so I guess I'll win that. I'll win blocks probably. I have 50. I'm up 15 blocks, so probably that's the only stat that's really determined by now. 15 blocks. I'm sure I won't lose by being up 15 blocks, right?
Yes.
So, and then the steals is I'm down 1 steal, which is good. I thought I would be down 2 or 3 steals because LeBron was playing, Richaun Holmes was still there, and I am down 2 turnovers. So it's still a lot of things can still happen after tomorrow.
Yes.
I'm hoping to win turnovers, keep field goal. If I win turnovers and keep the rest in my favor, like the field goal, I'm probably gonna win. So I think the turnovers would be crucial.
If your opponent knows how to maneuver or manipulate his roster, he could win that. But it depends on how invested he is, how much time he will really, what strategies he will pull off. But he could win it with the right moves because he has pieces. He has pieces to work around. So that's the good thing with both of your cases because both of you have pieces that you can move around, that you can do. It's hard when you don't have moves and you're
He doesn't have a move anymore.
No, but basically with what you said, he could just tweak, tweak some players he could play, some players he won't play, and he will get the 5 that he needs. So but, it's up to him.
But this one is really close. I think it could boil down to tomorrow. Tomorrow could determine a lot of things, and then we'll see what move I can make before Monday.
Yes.
At least I have that one move I just regret not picking up Tybal, who had 4 steals today. That would have given me a good cushion for the steals, but and the one I picked up didn't get any.
Yes. I want to talk about Philadelphia for a while. We mentioned Tybal.
Right.
They have been routing their opponents, and it's been killing a lot of. It has a different fantasy effects. People who own Embiid, Simmons, Harris, Tobias, it's been bad. It's been bad because the whole week, even last week, if you check their scores, they're not just routing their opponents, they're totally blowing them out. And Embiid and Tobias are not even playing 25, 26. They're only playing 24 minutes sometimes. And the good thing there is players like Tybal, Dwight Howard,
are getting the minutes.
Korkmaz, these guys, they've been getting the minutes. And Tybal especially has been a difference maker. The 4 steals today, and he had
4 steals, he had 10 points. You know, the only reason why I didn't pick Tybal, I picked Isaac Okoro because I felt that Isaac Okoro would probably give me 10, 15 points, at best 15 points, right? I didn't expect any scoring from Tybal. I wanted to move away from the, extend my lead in the points category and the rebounding as well.
Yeah, but if you were getting Okoro also, that he could give you some steals. I don't trust Okoro right now, so I would have gone Tybal. But you're correct, Okoro would score more. Should have scored more.
Yeah, and I didn't expect much. I just wanted a steal or two. I know that he can give me less, probably not. He won't give me 4 or 3. Maybe a steal or 2 would help. But yeah.
But the 10 points of Tybal,
and he had the back-to-back, by the way. That's another thing of consideration. He had the back-to-back. So if I made the mistake of adding him, at least I have another move that I can make for Monday. So I just feel like because
Okoro
if I
added,
Okoro has a back-to-back, so he has another game tomorrow. I just felt like if I added Tybal, there's this middle game wherein I would not give myself a chance to adjust in case I needed to add another player. So I still have one more move.
Tybal's 10 points is not the most surprising stat of the day. It's Bryn Forbes' 13 rebounds. I mean, I'm sure if you picked up Bryn Forbes for 3 points,
happy with the 13 rebounds.
And then he gave you 13 rebounds. Yes, Bryn Forbes got 13 rebounds. And then you suddenly, led the rebounding. You would be surprised who gave me rebounds. So fantasy is fantasy. You just really don't know what to expect.
Yeah,
that.
This is what's great about these times during the playoffs, wherein you don't really expect. There's a lot of things going on. You don't know what to expect every day. Right?
Yes.
In the playoffs, especially as we head towards the end, even the rest. We expect people would rest, but to be fair, not many have rested really, right? Not many star players have rested. Those
there
that
have been,
but those that have, we kind of expected it middle of the season or a little earlier, like the Toronto situation. We already knew it weeks before the playoffs.
Yeah, right? Toronto, Detroit, OKC, we know those things. But if you look at it, everybody's either injured or has rest. Like, Embiid definitely. I mean, the first rounders, except so far, except Jokic. The others, even Tatum, who we will be talking about with his 60 points today. He has been resting back-to-backs as well, and even Jaylen Brown. So there have been a lot of rest, but not as I guess not.
Well, I guess not from those players we expected early on. Karl Anthony Towns, maybe.
Yeah, I mean,
keeping my fingers crossed. Maybe tomorrow we
suddenly wake up. There have been very few first rounders who have not rested, which is Jokic, Towns, Lillard coming back from the injury, and maybe Vucevic of Chicago. Maybe these guys, but even Kyrie, KD, Tatum, these guys have all rested. So it has even out the playing field, because like Levine is out, Donovan Mitchell is out, so many people are out. Maybe to Jeremy's point, Russell Westbrook and Bradley Beal, the two players we were so scared of that would be resting, hasn't rested at all. So they're
winning as well.
Yeah, but we were all afraid of those two. We were afraid of Karl Anthony Towns, but well, there's still, we were afraid of Vucevic because of Orlando.
Even
but who's
Paul
standing?
George. Well, Paul George had missed one game.
No.
due to
Paul George
injury,
has rested. He's killed me this year, but anyway.
But at least this week he hasn't yet. Has he? No, he has not. He has not.
He has not because they only have 3 games.
Yeah, because
they only have 3 games.
Which is,
now
you'll take that.
Now Kawhi is coming back tomorrow. So
is he?
Yes, there's a chance he comes back tomorrow. So I said this will hurt Paul George because his ankle is sore, but he plays through it because Kawhi is out. If Kawhi can come back tomorrow, he's officially questionable, but he already practiced, and they said if he feels okay, they're gonna play him. Yeah. So if that happens, then the Clippers will say, okay, Paul, you can rest. Let Kawhi take over this time, right? So that's kind of thing to monitor also. So yeah, I'll forgive Paul George if he gives me 4 steals and 4 blocks tomorrow. Everything is forgot.
4 blocks would probably be not there.
4 blocks,
4 steals
4 blocks,
possible.
4 steals. 4 blocks, 4 steals. That's all I need from Paul George. And we're even if he doesn't play next week, I'm okay with it.
All right. So Malcolm Brogdon, we're talking about players who are out as well. Malcolm Brogdon could be out tomorrow.
Probably out tomorrow.
Yeah,
probably out. But it wasn't a serious hamstring injury according to the team. So might not be long. So if you want to wait it out, if you're in the quarterfinals, I think you should, given the news, the update there.
Yeah. Drop players. Let's talk about players to drop.
Yeah.
So we're good. I think Colin Sexton returned today. So just briefly, I think he was out due to concussion. He returned today.
The problem is Garland got hurt. Well,
that's how it goes.
So basically, there's nothing that's gonna change in Cleveland. Just replace Garland with Sexton, and everything is still the same.
Yep. Most likely, I'm not sure if you dropped Sexton during the playoffs, but hopefully you.
A lot of people did.
I think I saw some Sexton that was dropped earlier. So, but hopefully, it didn't affect your team as well. You're winning, right? It's okay to drop them as long as you're winning right now. It hurts if you drop them and you're still losing, or at least you're not.
But I know the next question is Garland a drop? That's what people will ask. Is Garland a drop?
Is it a long term? What's the injury?
Sprained ankle.
All right.
Sprained ankle. No updates. He just left straight to the locker room, and then the trainer came out and whispered something to the coach, and then they say he's out. So if you're in your semis, you drop him. If you're in your semis or finals, of course, you drop him.
They have a game tomorrow, so most likely he's out tomorrow. So I'm not sure how you'll take that, because if you didn't drop them a while ago, then might as well hold on to him until tomorrow.
Might as well
right?
hold. Yeah. Agree.
So, and wait to see if he's gonna miss more time. So most likely they'll have an update tomorrow. Before the game, right? So at least that's for this week. And then you can decide later on if you're gonna drop him after this week. Lowry tomorrow will rest, as we expect. He won't be playing the whole 5 games. He will be rested. So that means Flynn could get more time.
FVV.
Van Vliet would be playing, yes.
Fred VanVleet, I think, will be playing. Yeah, but then it's a back-to-back. So I think Van Vliet might not play the next game after that. So it might be Lowry's turn. So it's messy. But if I get 1 game out of Van Vliet for the next 2 games, if you get 1 game out of Lowry for the next 2 games, just take it. I mean, they had 5 games this week. So if you get 3 games out of Van Vliet,
this is the first game Lowry will be missing, right?
Yeah. So if he gets 4,
that's good. 4 is good.
That's better than what you expected, I'm sure.
Yep. That's 1 more than Paul George. Right?
Yes, that's true.
Let's talk about some players you can already safely drop. Kyle Kuzma. Well, because obviously the return of Lebron James. Lou Williams. He has been bad. I mean, everyone thought that he'll play, at least 1 decent game without Trae Young, but nope. No decent game whatsoever from Lou Williams.
And it's not just decent game or not. He killed the field goal percentage of a lot of owners. who streamed him. Like today, I don't know if it's 0 of 7, 0 of 8.
Zero,
I mean,
yeah.
he had lots of
0 of 6, I think. Yeah.
he had lots of games like that, and that you can't have that from streamers. You can't have that from streamers because they should help you, not kill your team. They're not even part of the core of your team. So don't stream him. Don't stream him. That's just the point.
Well, yeah.
Right?
Anyway, Peyton Pritchard is another field goal killer, I guess.
Yes,
But he had 1 out of, I think he had 1 out of 8 or what today.
Yeah, something like that. The good news about Peyton Pritchard, he got a shoe deal from Nike. So, if you find him...
Oh, no, he was just 1 out of 4. But over the past 2 games, he's 3 out of 12.
Safely a drop, and safely not a stream anymore. Not useful for streaming purposes. So, let's move on.
Another disappointing streamer who we felt that, without Kemba, this guy, and the last game, it was without Marcus Smart as well. So, we felt that it was going to be a good ad or stream, but no, well, we made a mistake. So, I think
with Evan Fournier also, another player who you could drop also.
Yeah,
another
Evan
player.
Fournier is another player.
And because of one of our waiver wire player, which is Aaron Nesmith, or whatever. I don't know how to put it. He has been playing well. The rookie has been playing well, and he has played better than both of these guys. And he's a lottery pick. He's their lottery pick this year. So he has 15.5 points. This guy in college is known as straight up spot up shooter and a steals guy. Mm-hmm. So this is a scorer and a steals guy. So you have to know what they're good at, so that next time if you want to stream, maybe steals, maybe 3 points, this is the guy you look for.
Yep. So Peyton Pritchard is a drop. Aaron Nesmith is probably a good ad for Monday's game.
Yeah.
Chuma Okeke is out.
I think you have to drop him right now. I'm sad to say
it's not a bad decision to drop him. Though he played really well over the past week, right? Multiple steals, multiple blocks every game.
3-pointers, right?
Yep. So
it's hard. Nice. It's hard, but you can't just have name value right now. So right now you just have to let go.
And then we move on to some waiver specials. We talked about Aaron Nesmith. The good thing about Nesmith is that he can do a lot of things. He is not a very one-dimensional player. He can rebound, he can defend, so at least you can get different stat sets from him, unlike players like Pritchard who can just score probably most of the time.
But just to be sure, it's really 3s and steals. If you want to be more safe, that's just what you expect. 3s and steals from Nesmith.
Yeah, just athletic enough to do other things.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah. Unlike Pritchard or Lou Williams. Derek Favors. This is my recommendation. Is it because Utah has been blowing out teams and
being blown
out today?
No, Derek Favors. It's just these are my waiver wire recommendations nowadays. It's more of the stream. Of course, it's down to 2 weeks. We're not looking for players who could be
game changers.
Permanent.
Yeah.
You might be looking for rebounds and blocks, and I think Favors has had a block almost every game. I don't know today, but
he didn't have one today. He didn't have one.
Yeah, but he 1.1 block and 6 to 7 rebounds a game. So if you're looking for big man stats, that's another one you could consider. He's not been talked about much.
Yep. And another old guy, Carmelo Anthony, is another waiver special.
Carmelo is 48% owned, and he should be owned more in more leagues. More than Tyler Hero, more than Goran Dragic.
Oh, I'm surprised. He is top. He is 92 in ranking.
Yes, and he has been very good this year. He has how many straight double-figure scoring? Is 17 points the last 2 weeks, 3 3-pointers the last 2 weeks. And if you got him during that time, he's basically Reggie Bullock. He's basically Reggie Bullock, and he even gives you rebounds. So But we've talked about Bullock a lot of times, but we have not talked about Carmelo Anthony. So I think he's a guy that, points wise, 3 points wise, he can help you sometimes in rebounds. So he's a guy to consider. He's a guy to look at in shallower leagues. I'm sure in deep leagues he's not available anymore.
Yep. So that's Carmelo Anthony. You can add him, but unfortunately, I don't think they have another game tomorrow. I think. Oh no, on Monday. Sorry, on Monday.
Monday.
Oh no, wait. I think it's on Monday. They have a game on Monday.
I think it's Monday.
Against Boston. So, you can add him up for Monday's game. Briefly, let's talk about Jayson Tatum, who scored 60 today. I think it's a double overtime game.
It was an overtime game. It was an overtime game. They were down by 32, and then he went supernova.
Just an overtime, but a very high scoring game. 140, 143. Tatum had 60 and great field goal shooting, 20 out of 37 and 8 rebounds, 5 assists, 0 turnovers, and 1 block.
It's the Kemba effect. I think there's still a big factor that Kemba is out. We don't have much update, but the good news is he was upgraded to doubtful. If that's an upgrade, it's considered an upgrade. It's basically for Kemba, it's basically just how he feels. If he feels good, they're gonna play him. So as long as he's out, I think Tatum and Jaylen Brown, they're gonna be having this big games. They're gonna alternate these big games. But I'm happy that Tatum is starting to move up the rankings. But with what he's doing right now, I'm not gonna be surprised if he'll reach top maybe 15 by the end. So that won't be far off from where you drafted him. So he won't be a bust because
hopefully you're still able to use him and you were not eliminated.
Well, as Jeremy said, in fantasy, timing is everything. Right?
Yep. Actually, that's when a lot.
When you look at the end of the season, you'll say Tatum finished 15. How is he a bust? But managers will say, well, if you owned him for the whole season, you would see the ups and the downs, and actually mostly downs at the start, and then up in the end when we could not use him anymore. We're out already and those stuff. So it's really timing.
I guess blame it on COVID. I think the COVID thing slowed him down a lot. But he really had the potential to be this good, I guess. So I think at least there's that glimpse again.
He should be a solid second rounder in fantasy drafts.
Next year?
Solid. Yeah. Should be solid second round.
All right. So
do you think he's a first round?
I don't know. I just feel that it's a big drop from, being top
8.
10 at times.
He was 7 or 8. I picked him 7th or 8th. Remember, I have 4 Jayson Tatum.
And if I look at it, who do you move up there? I mean, there's really not much. So I think he'll still be a first round player, especially if he ends up top 15 this year at the end of the year.
I own him, and I'll base it on my own experience. Owning him, I owned him. The teams that I own him that have done well is because Tatum is not my number one guy. I have one more guy who is better than him.
Who is that guy? Jokic?
One league has Jokic, another league has Embiid. Because I got Embiid and Tatum at the turn in that league. And then Jokic, that was an auction draft. So I was able to pair those two together. In the leagues, there's 2 other leagues I have Tatum that I have him as a main guy, as a first round guy, and my teams did not survive it because, well, I guess, as I said, timing is everything. And when he was down, basically the team could not, I guess, he doesn't have that elite category that, could really carry you.
Well, neither does I would say neither does Kawhi, but thinking about it, Kawhi has that efficiency there.
And the steals of Kawhi.
The steals of Kawhi. The defense, I guess. So maybe he's the second round. We'll see. Anyway, that's for next year's discussion on which round. But another player who has been hot this week, and like we said, timing is has a lot to do with fantasy basketball. Dejounte Murray, if you own him this week, you are going to be very happy because he has been very hot.
He's basically Russell Westbrook. Russell Westbrook, that is not inefficient. He has been almost averaging a triple-double, 23, 11, and 8 the past 2 weeks. So,
Yep.
and it's Derek White. Sorry to the Derek White, another player who probably will be in the do not draft list again by the managers, Derek White. But it's
I think Derek White will be drafted by
pretty
players
low.
like us who love his upside because no one would want to draft him.
Yeah.
He's not a very popular player in fantasy, at least for many.
Yeah, but I guess the Dejounte Murray thing is an example of really a big correlated players.
Yep.
White and the Dejounte, and I'll just add one more. It's Covington and Nurkic. We talked about that the other day. But since we've already talked about Covington, I'm just gonna bring up Enes Kanter because I've been getting that of angry messages for Enes Kanter, whether they should drop Enes Kanter or not. And I would say, well, he still gets those 5 points, 8 rebounds. If that doesn't help you anymore, yeah, you drop him. They don't have to just ask because he has name value or he had 30 rebounds one time. Right now, if he doesn't help
Well,
you,
forget the 30 rebounds. But if you need rebounds, he probably is still better than a lot of players you can pick from the waiver wire.
yes.
Right? Rebound is not an easy stat to get, as I was finding some players who can rebound from the waiver wire last night. And it's a 14-team league, so it's not an easy stat to get 8 rebounds per game. So if you really need the rebounds, then yes, you go get him. But if you don't need the rebounds and you need something else, like if you need steals, right?
No, what they need is a 20-30 guy.
No,
That's what they're looking
get
for.
a 20-30 guy, man.
That's what they're looking for. I mean, I want that back. I want that back. The managers are very emotional, are very, very passionate. I want that back. I want the 20-30 guy again.
Yeah, well, it's hard. It's hard to get that, guys. So yeah, and just a classic example. Maybe if you need steals, you probably get Thibault over Enes Kanter, right? So it would be that type of trade-off when you are in fantasy playoffs. So there, he is not a 20-30 guy anymore. And Nurkic has been playing really well today. I think he had another double-double.
Yes, 20-10 again.
So really,
timing is everything.
Yep,
timing is everything.
And for those Nurkic owners who have been mad earlier in the season, at least I hope you were able to hold on to him.
Tatum owners, Nurkic owners, this is your time. Westbrook owners, you have the last laugh. You have the last laugh.
Yep. And if you gambled on them, traded for them for this time, then congratulations to you guys. All right. That's it for our Daily Fantasy Quickie. We will see you again tomorrow for another Daily Fantasy Quickie. Say hi. Hi.
That's the third child of...
No, that's not my child. All right, guys. We'll see you again tomorrow. Bye.